Okay, all opposed? The motion carries. All right, now I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment to Branchland PSD. Do I have a second? All right, Mr. Curry seconds that motion. Any questions? All those in favor to approve the Branchland PSD finance audit? All right. Okay. All right. All opposed? Okay, that motion carries. All right, now I guess we're in personnel. And I believe that is Ms. Lucas.
You have the personnel schedule in your packet in the blue. First part is the employment of professional personnel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
You still don't know the date.
First point. You want to say anything about the first item?
What is the first item? Yes, Mr. Messinger, I'm going to go way back. We had received applications, and after the interviews by the curriculum team, which includes Ms. Lucas, he was the winner of being selected. So he had issues. One, he had a pacemaker just put in at that time, and he was a little bit concerned. I said not to worry, you know. And then within 4 days after that, he had emergency surgery. He had, from 35 years ago, an operation where the scar tissue wrapped around the intestine and kind of shut it off. And so he had blockage from squeezing it with scar tissue after an operation 35 years ago. He went through that. He had called and said he just didn't think he could be here on time, of course, through his daughter. I thought about and asked some of the curriculum team, and I called him back and said, we would like to have you. You are the best candidate. We are willing to wait till you recover from surgery, and we could step up the assistant principal at the school to principal during that time that you recover. That could be anywhere from 6 weeks to 2 months to 3 months. We weren't sure. But we felt like with his experience and he was the best person for the position, and I did not want to go to the second person that was the most qualified. Then passed along some time, and then he called and meeting, and then I returned the call, I think a day later, within the 24 hours, but returned the call. And he felt like he had to not take the position. He thought that he'd recover a little bit faster. I think he said he had time to lay and reflect because he could not do much. He went to the doctor, and at his age, and most of us know that, except for KK, that we recover a lot, takes us a lot longer to recover. And he called and said he regrets, he wished that he could take the position, but he's just not sure that he could give it 100%, even in 6 weeks or so. So what we will do is leave the current person there, Mr. Jeremy Brunty, and I've asked Ms. Lucas to repost the position, and we'll start again. But again, I think it's in good hands. Mr. Kevin Pritchard is there on call at any time for anything that he would need to get him over the hump. So we're quite satisfied with the position right now the way it is. We regret that, but I also understand he may not want to do that now. You know, memory already has a pacemaker, and then he had this on top. And like he said, he went to his doctor, I think, the day before, and he said, I can't believe I feel like I've been hit with a brick. He said, well, don't worry about that. He said, you've been run over by a truck of bricks. And he said, that's the way he felt. So that's where we are. And we accept that resignation and we'll repost.
So you're pulling this tonight?
We are pulling that off tonight.
Yes, we just got it, so.
that's-
Okay.
That was confusing.
I was too.
So we're deleting this first one.
This is good.
It has, to, even though he was accepted by the state, we have to go back and go through the process again.
So he was appointed?
Yes, yes.
Okay, he was appointed by the state.
Well, yes, the state, remember, is, as you know, still in control personnel, and once we get these back, they've already been approved.
Mhm.
We review those with the board.
Mhm.
So, but we are pulling the name, so to speak, for this group, because I don't want them to think that he was the new person.
Gotcha.
And as you will, excuse me, see on the bottom, the transfer of professional personnel, you will see where Mr. Jeremy Brady was transferred into that position on this agenda as well.
But your reason for it, right, because he's gonna be there until you get a new principal.
Yes, just want you to see, I want you to see that we were doing this at the same time, but.
Oh, yeah.
So Mr. Blaine will be the principal of the school until the job is posted.
Yes, sir.
And of course, on the second page, employment of short and long-term substitute professional, and then employment of extracurricular, extra-duty personnel. You can see we have some resignations and retirements listed. And then the service personnel.
Have you had a chance to come up with a number of retirements?
Oh, of retirements.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Donna. Just the actual.
I just want to venture out. We've had quite a few people retire.
Yes. Yes, we have. You can almost look at the, you can almost look at the,
If it's, what I'll try to do, Ms. Lucas gets that, we'll email that to you.
Oh, okay.
Let you
I'm just
know.
curious.
I mean, just, that's a good question. It'd be nice to know. Too often, doesn't have to be.
And are we still looking for speech therapists and nurses? A nurse asked me that question, if we were still looking for nurses, and I said, I'm not sure.
we had nursing positions posted, and I think Mr. Smith has the interview scheduled Wednesday, maybe.
Did
or
it just
Tuesday.
come down? Did it just come down?
Yes.
Last Thursday. Last Thursday.
We even have some other people calling that they would like to be considered if there's no one acceptable, even though they do not have all the criteria. So it's a lot more than I thought that we would have, interesting. We just want to make sure they have the credentials.
Trish, how about Spanish and social studies? Are we okay there?
Spanish we're fine. Social studies, I think we have a long-term position at Lincoln County High, where we have a retired social studies person that will be there.
How about math and science at the high school? How many positions
Well,
do we still need?
At Lincoln County High School, of course, the young lady that was granted the leave, we will be trying to place a certified person in that position. And then we have, no, I think we're okay. We have had one other math position, and then the teacher that needed to take her praxis did so. So, actually, we're okay math-wise.
Science?
Science. We don't have any openings.
You all will receive a list of those that's not certified list, as far as credentials. So you all will have that at a later date once we get it done.
Do y'all have any more questions for Trish?
I had just had one general question.